November is National Entrepreneurship Month, and this is a time to support, spotlight, and celebrate those bold individuals who take the leap to create, innovate, and solve interesting and important problems. For decades, entrepreneurship has been the bedrock of economic growth. But today, its role is more relevant than ever because its role is becoming much more significant than mere monetary gains. The world is changing faster than ever, with challenges ranging from escalating economic inequality to cataclysmic consequences of climate change. And contrary to traditional notions underpinning nonprofit models, we are learning that it is not charity, but entrepreneurship that is actually at the heart of lasting solutions. Because entrepreneurship allows us to create the resources we need to make the impact we want. Entrepreneurship's role in today's economy. This is a unique moment in history. Our economy has gone through several seismic shifts, and the world we live in today decidedly favors the entrepreneur. Whether you want to start a business out of desire or you are forced to because of automation or delegation, entrepreneurship is more likely than ever to be a part of your future. And this is a very good thing. Because in previous decades, the roadblocks to starting a business were staggering. But today, the barriers to entry have been broken down. And in this brave new world, the best vehicle for creating economic agency in an age of uncertainty is entrepreneurship. Number one, it unleashes personal creativity. Corporations rely on uniformity. So we have been conditioned to lower our voice, hide our gifts, and squeeze into a mold we were never designed to fit into. We have become corporate cogs driven by mind-numbing, monotonous patterns of conformity and consumption and compliance. The industrial economy demands it. But now things are changing. People want to see humanity in business now more than ever. And this new economy rewards authenticity, audacity, creativity, and connection. This not only reintroduces the element of personal fulfillment that had been stripped from our work through the Industrial Revolution, but it empowers individuals to lean into their gifts and think and act with originality. And entrepreneurship has proven to be one of the best vehicles to unlock human ingenuity. Number two, it creates economic agency. The economy is changing. And while our overall productivity grows year after year, the amount that actually goes back into the pockets of actual workers becomes increasingly less. Over the last 5 decades, the average salary and minimum wage of the American worker has stagnated and actually gone down adjusted for inflation, despite companies' record profits. This trend keeps people feeling trapped as the costs rise and the wage gap widens. But entrepreneurship puts economic growth back into the hands of individuals, strengthens their financial foundation, and cultivates economic independence. This helps close the wealth gap from the middle out, counteracting predatory labor practices designed to enrich the few by creating viable alternatives for the masses. So, entrepreneurship offers a level of control that is profoundly empowering. Number three, it offers real job security. Job security no longer comes from companies. With the 2008 financial crash, we quickly learned that 20-year pensions and white picket fences were a thing of the past. Jobs were being outsourced, automated, or completely eliminated in order to preserve corporate bottom lines. Companies prioritized efficiency over loyalty. And in the wake of the crash, job security took on a new meaning. Because real security comes from knowing what it is that you do well that adds value to others. And by creating your own business, entrepreneurs take ownership of their circumstances and build long-term sustainable livelihoods, adapting to changes rather than being at the mercy of systems outside their control. So, entrepreneurship offers a mechanism of ownership and sustainable security. Number four, it fosters diversity. The systems that exist push us to conform because their existence depends on our conformity. But conventional wisdom and common perspectives do not always offer new or necessary solutions. Persistent problems require new ways of thinking. Because if obvious solutions could have come from obvious sources, they would have happened already. But it is the odd combinations and unlikely approaches that win. Entrepreneurship thrives on unique perspectives. It offers an opportunity to bring your unique experiences, talents, and point of view to the work. What makes you different makes you valuable, and it is your responsibility to translate your assets into something that adds value to others. Entrepreneurship simply asks that you lean into your distinct strengths in order to create novel solutions. Number 5, it disrupts corporate monopolies. Power has been concentrated into the hands of a few, and it has rendered even the biggest governments impotent in the face of corporate interests. This is not by default, but by design. And this is not a natural outgrowth of capitalism, but an indelible sign of corruption. However, modern technology has begun to level the playing field, and individuals and small groups have more influence than ever before. Entrepreneurs are now able to compete with corporate giants, and entrepreneurship decentralizes the power that has poisoned our systems and puts economic and creative capacity back in the hands of the masses. So, while entrepreneurship is more critical than ever, it is one particular form of entrepreneurship that is uniquely positioned to change the world. This model blends the brains of a businessman with the heart of a humanitarian in order to create innovative business models designed to drive positive social change. This unique subset of entrepreneurship is called social entrepreneurship, and it is quickly proving to be at the cutting edge of capitalism, economics, and democracy. A specific segment of entrepreneurship. Social entrepreneurship does not merely seek profit. It aims primarily to address a social, systemic, or environmental issue, and only then does it build a business model in order to solve them. But these business models go beyond merely donating a portion of your profits to a cause. It is about creating viable alternatives to old models in order to go beyond addressing superficial symptoms in order to circumvent broken systems. It does that by turning everything that society has taught us about work, business, economics, and success completely on its head. Number 1, it starts with social problems. Social entrepreneurship starts with social. This business model begins with the social, systemic, or environmental problem it wants to solve and then builds the business in order to solve it. The social impact is the centerpiece, not an afterthought, or a tax write-off, or a PR stunt. Social entrepreneurs design creative business models that tackle pressing global issues, from poverty to inequality, from hunger to healthcare, from clean energy to climate change. Unlike traditional business ventures, their mission-driven focus ensures that they don't just create wealth for individuals, but they create value for society. Number 2, it is redefining priorities. Social entrepreneurs do not settle for success. They strive for significance because we have been told to succeed without ever questioning the metrics of success. And while success is measured by extrinsic metrics like money, fame, and material gains, significance is measured by intrinsic metrics like contribution, service, and meaningful change. It places the United Nations Global Goals at the forefront of the entrepreneurial ventures because social entrepreneurs recognize that the quest for success or excess will never satisfy our deeper call to significance. Because success is superficial and fleeting, while significant seeks to leave a lasting legacy. Number 3, it addresses market failures. Social entrepreneurs serve the causes and communities that they care about. These markets are often overlooked, underserved, or even explicitly harmed by traditional markets and government policies. These communities face deep-rooted challenges, but they are also filled with potential. And unlike the charity model, which is focused on deficit-based aid, social entrepreneurs focus on asset-based change. They create platforms that unlock human potential in order to develop people-centered solutions. By designing solutions tailored to the unique needs and strengths of these communities, social entrepreneurs unlock opportunities for people to contribute their gifts to the world. This people-centered approach fosters resilience and drives sustainable social change, proving that even the most marginalized communities have the resources within them to build better futures. Number 4, it creates a contribution economy. Social entrepreneurship prioritizes the purpose motive. It does not dismiss the role of profit, but it views profit as a tool, not the goal. A means to an end, but by no means the end in and of itself. Social entrepreneurship recognizes that purpose is the point. People are wired for it. Businesses typically neglect it. Customers now demand it, and the world really needs it. Because prioritizing the profit motive has mutated into profit at all costs, which has inevitably come at a very high cost. Predatory practices designed to maximize profit without consequence has led to some of the world's most troubling trends and cultivated a culture of destructive consumption. But social entrepreneurship shifts us from the consumption economy to a contribution economy. Number 5, it builds resilient societies. Social entrepreneurship helps build strong societies because societies flourish to the extent that the majority of people can shape and participate in civic life. Social entrepreneurship allows people to do exactly that. This expands our role as citizens and calls us to be much less passive. Citizenship currently calls us to vote and pay taxes, which we do bitterly at best. But this form of citizenship calls us to take an active role in creative problem solving. It focuses on we over me, collaboration over competition, and long-term change over short-term gains. Social entrepreneurship provides a vehicle that engages citizens to play a dynamic role in creating solutions they wish existed, and ultimately to make change for a living. So, social entrepreneurship is a relatively new, rapidly evolving field, and it is driven by the failure of old institutions to meet the needs of our times. Social entrepreneurs see problems that are being ignored, mishandled, or blatantly exploited by traditional institutions, and they are creating their own solutions. In a world of rapid change, more people need to be involved in solving real problems, and a thriving economy requires that. Today, we can see that real success demands more than just profit seeking. It sparks solution seeking as changemakers respond to new problems in bold ways. Social entrepreneurship is not a passing trend. It is a powerful shift that has the potential to reshape industries and redefine the role of business in today's world. And it is calling you to step in.